to Vendée Live. It is Sunday the 15th of December and it is day 35 of the race. It is a sunny, beautiful day here in Les Sables d'Olonne and our fleet at the other side of the world. Joining me today is my guest who made history when he did his Vendée Globe in 2004. He was the first American to complete the Vendée Globe when he finished in 9th position back in 2004. Ocean Planet, the American-built, American-designed boat, sailed by Bruce Schwab. Bruce, thank you for joining me today and welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great, Dee. Thanks a lot. It's great to see you and be on the show.
Well, I'm sure this race is bringing back all those memories of nostalgia and the good and the bad. Have you been following the race?
Yes, I follow it as much as I can. There's so many boats to follow now. It's hard to keep track, but we've got some friends in there, and it's every 4 years. It's such an experience, nostalgic experience for me to follow along and envision being there. I know what the sailors are up against, and it's a great experience. I can't resist it. I follow in the middle of the night. It's like I'm doing watches sailing to follow the race.
Oh, well, we're going to tap into your experience a little later in the show. But first, breaking news for today, and that is that our Hungarian skipper, Szabi, he has had an incident. His port D2 shroud holding up his mast has broken. He has now put 3 reefs in his main. He has jibed to keep his mast secure, and he is 450 miles from Cape Town. He is unharmed, the boat is undamaged apart from the mast, and we are awaiting further news as he assesses his situation. Other news in the fleet is that the battle continues at the front. Johan Richomme is within 85 miles of the leader, Charlie Dallin, and that front group of 3 are trying desperately to keep that gap behind the chasing pack that are compressing as we speak. Antoine Corniche is still struggling with his mainsail, main track repairs, and he's looking for shelter in islands as soon as possible to try and go up the mast to fix it. And Girek Sude, who still has halyard and sail issues that he's trying to get on top of, is going to get caught by a nasty storm force conditions. But let's look back today on a race from 5 editions ago, 2004, when Bruce Schwab sailed into history. Let's take a look.
Well, we're getting ready to go out and try and fix our radar tower, but we're going to wait for the squall to die down. Squall's going through right now, going too fast.
Hello, Bruce. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
So, how are you?
It's very rough out today. We in fact, I just changed course. I was trying to work my way south, and it's just so nasty. The motion was so bad that I decided to heck with it. I'm going to bear off a little bit and wait for it to get a little bit lighter.
Let me just say how proud I am of Bruce, and the entire state of Maine is proud of his efforts. It was a pleasure to have Bruce prepare for his voyage and to have him at the governor's mansion. We're very proud of you, Bruce. You're a wonderful example of the state of Maine, and you're a tremendous ambassador. Congratulations. We're proud of you.
Oh man, what a scene! Woo!
Unforgettable scenes there, finishing after 109 days at sea. Bruce, does that bring chills to you, or does it bring back big smiles?
It's great. There's all of the above. It's just so much, all the above.
And what sticks out in the biggest memory of that? I mean, as you say, it's good and bad, and they all kind of overlap each other on that 109 days that you spent at sea. But what were the stick-out memories for you that you've not forgotten?
So many things. Probably one of the biggest things that sticks out for me is how many people were involved over the years to build the boat, people that I knew and the supporters that I had. And it was so hard as an American team to raise the funds to pull it off. And I'm so lucky that I had individual supporters and from so many donations. We never had a corporate sponsor. And I have to thank so many people, especially Kevin and Shauna Flanagan of Oregon, who pitched in so much money. And and the memories that's come back is how hard everyone worked to get me out there. You know this as well as anybody, that solo ocean racing is really a team sport. There's a designated driver, and that's us, who have to not screw up out there at sea. But there's a great big team and so much preparation behind it all. That's what I remember is the years of preparation just to get to the starting line.
And you're actually still involved now with some of the preparation. Tell us about your involvement with the current race and who you've been following closely, shall we say?
Well, we're certainly following Seb Simon closely on Groupe du Bril. He's been racing so well this race, which has been a pleasure because we have batteries and high power alternators, which is what my business, Ocean Planet Energy, does. And so it's been great to follow him, and of course we're always going, boy, hope everything keeps working, you know. And it's such a harsh environment for all of these boats out there, and I've heard of some of the electrical problems that Sam Davies has had and others. It's no surprise to keep electrical systems working in the environment that these boats are in the Southern Ocean, and with all the humidity and the motion. It's amazing. It's a challenge.
Okay, well, we hopefully are going to connect with Seb Simon because you've got that link with his boat. We'll just take a picture have a look at the chart of where he is positioned at the moment. He's currently lying in 3rd place, really hanging on to the front leaders of Jon Richomme and Charlie Dallin there. They've got that southwesterly airflow, which is obviously coming from Antarctica, so it's pretty cold, but they've got good conditions. And I'm delighted to say, other side of the world, in the middle of the night, Seb, how are you doing? How are things on board?
Oh, sorry, can you repeat?
I was just asking how you were, given it's nighttime. Is everything good?
Yeah, everything is okay. I am pretty close to one island, so now I'm sailing during the night. There is more wind than expected, but everything is okay. As you can hear, there is lots of noise, it's moved a lot on board, so it's pretty hard to sail in this area.
But you're doing a fantastic job, and you must be happy now you're on starboard jibe. You're on your good foils, so the speed is good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on a good board, so I prefer to sailing on starboard because I have my foil. For the moment, the weather forecast is probably a good one for me because I spend 2,000 miles on starboard side, so it's probably better to do a small break with all the concurrents behind.
Well, we're hoping that stays with you and you can enjoy that starboard jibe. Are you good? We know you injured your finger a couple of days ago. Are you healing?
Yeah, it can happen. So as you can see, it's pretty hard to move inside the boat. I tried to fix something. I have a knife on my hand. I tried to cut one rope, but my hand was very close. Because of a wave, I cut my fingers. So yeah, as you can see, it's not a big deal, but there was lots of blood. I just need to clean my finger and try to protect. Everything is difficult on board. Board is pretty difficult. Just moving, eating, everything is pretty hard.
Well, we know that you skippers give blood, sweat and tears, quite literally. I have Bruce Schwab with me on the show from Ocean Planet Energy, and we just want to know how your batteries are and your power. Are you happy with the system?
Sorry, what is the question, please?
Are you happy with your power supply, your batteries? Are they all good?
Yeah, they are good. It's an American brand, so no, they are really good. We changed the battery just for now, for this race. Now we have 275 ampere, so it's so much, but with the solar panel,
During the day, it's enough, so it's pretty good.
And just lastly, Seb, before we let you go, you're focused on the guys in front. Are you looking over your shoulder at the guys behind? Are you watching for the boats behind, Seb, or just looking at the boats in front?
Hello?
Hey, Seb, are you looking at the boats behind, or are you just concentrating on the boats in front?
Hello?
Oh, that's a shame. But that was so good to see him and see him being happy, Bruce, being on starboard jibe and sounding like he's going fast.
He's going really fast, isn't he? He's pressing so hard. At the speeds they go, and I remember the fastest session I ever had on Ocean Planet, I averaged about 18 knots for 6 hours. And
Well, it looks like everyone's connection's failing on me. We're going to try and get Bruce back, but we have a birthday in the fleet today, and it was Seb Marset's birthday, and he's currently sailing in, if we look at the map, he is in 24th place. He's in amongst that daggerboard fleet that's all compressing towards the ice gate. And I wanted to wish him a happy birthday and just see how he was getting on after his hydraulic repairs the other day.
Joyeux birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Seb. Happy birthday to you.
Merci, merci. Je vous vois pas, franchement, mais mais par contre, je vous entends. Et franchement, ça fait chaud au cœur. Merci. C'est incroyable. Normalement, un anniversaire, on fait ça avec ses copains, avec sa famille, avec ses proches, avec du monde, surtout la quarantaine, quoi. Enfin, 40 ans. Et là, moi, je suis tout seul sur mon bateau. Ça fait 4 ans que je travaille comme un malade pour être là. Et franchement, non, c'est cool. Je suis hyper content. Ça marque le truc encore plus fortement, quoi.
So tell me, is doing the Vendée Globe the best birthday present for you, or have you found other presents in the boat today?
I found the biggest present is to be here and still be in the race after what happened 2 days ago is my biggest present. And today I had a couple of gifts, really like my family friends. They left me some really cute stuff, and so I've got a hat with a hair that I'm missing right now. That when I'm 40 years old. I've got chocolates. I've got plenty of stuff. So no, that's I'm really grateful for all my family and friends who left me presents.
You had a really big day a couple of days ago. You worked really hard. Have you managed to recover, to look after yourself, eat and sleep?
All my rhythm on board was a big mess because once the keel ram is fixed, I've got all the tools. I still have 10 liters of oil in the boat to clean. I still have the keel case to waterproof. So the ram is working, but a lot of other small things. It's not that small. Having a keel box sealed is not a small thing. So I still have a lot of work to do. So I finished during the night. I'm back in the game. I'm thinking about racing, about positioning myself compared to the opponent, about my routing, about sail change, about boat performance.
Does it feel nice to focus on the competition and you have a good forecast to Cape Lewin?
I tried not to think too much about the frustration, about missing the Daggerboard group on the northeast. They're now coming down on the starboard jibe. So basically, I think I lost, I don't know, maybe 150 miles or to 200. But I'm also really interested about looking about the trajectory about Louis and Tanguy because they're so close to the exclusion zone and they're going to have a tight reaching rounding the exclusion zone. So I may be able to press on top and get in front.
So a rather emotional Seb on his birthday, but actually really positive about what lies ahead and his potential. So Bruce, can you remember the frustration of your racing and then suddenly you have to fix something, how hard it is to get back into the rhythm of racing again when you're nervous about a problem that you fixed?
Yes, and you always wonder if, in my case, I had a few things to fix, some reefing stuff early on in the race, and my keel box was making noise about halfway around, and it may not have been a big issue. And so on one hand, you feel bad that you're worrying less about performance and focusing more on, the things that worry you and prevention. But in my case, my focus was on being sure that I finished. And if I had to make a sacrifice or a choice leaning toward performance or ensuring that I kept everything together to finish, I had to lean toward finishing, because after all the effort everyone put into it, if I hadn't finished, that would have been more stress than anything else. So that was definitely the focus. So I had to back off literally sailing sometimes to make sure that I didn't break things.
Well, it's always that balance, isn't it, between risk and reward. And actually, it was really nice, Seb, in the middle of the night, doing that interview in English with us. But he was very complimentary about your batteries, so you must be pleased with that.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. I was going to ask him, but the connection was he's going in such harsh conditions there. I was going to ask him how often he has to charge. I actually don't know those details of how much energy he's going through and how often he has to run the alternator to charge. And maybe after the race, it'd be good for us to gather more information, find out more about their energy use. One thing that I don't know is how on these foiling boats they get consistent cooling water to their generator engine when they're running, or if it's actually air cooled.
Well, there's that concern, and also with the hydro generators, they're not always in the water consistently enough to make them work either. So I think the solar panel improvement has really helped them.
Yes. We work a lot with Solbian Energy from Italy, and we sell those in the United States. And a lot of the boats, Boris has Solbian. A number of the boats have the Solbian solar panels. So we're happy to see that, and that's definitely a great solution for cruising boats all over the world now. Is the semi-flexible, high-power solar panels that you can walk on the deck.
Well, funny you should mention Boris, because he actually gave us a little preview yesterday of what today's weather was going to look like.
Good progress. The guys in front are in the high pressure ridge, a bit slowed down, and I got a message from Sam Goodchild saying, it seems I'm waiting for you, so hurry up. It's nice. And I can see a few boats around now on the satellite AIS, so that's also a new initiatives, teamwork, Metricock, Bioserm, and Sam Goodchild.
So let's take a look at the big picture across the fleet. We've got this low pressure system that the front runners are riding, that southwesterly breeze that's giving them fast easterly movement, and they're trying to stay with this momentum. We've got this ridge of high pressure that's literally caught Charal with Jeremy Bayou and Thomas Ruant here. But coming in behind them is this increasing pressure, and that's what Boris was talking about. He's closing in up to 13th place, up onto 4th place. The wind's coming from behind, they're closing that gap, and they're in reaching conditions coming from a northerly breeze. And then further back, we've got Pip Hare, Romain Antonaccio, and Benjamin Dutroux that are also trying to close that gap. And if we just look at the back of the fleet here, we've got these daggerboard boats and Seb Marsset, the birthday boy, closing in on the ice gate here, riding this low pressure and that breeze. They're trying to stay with this pressure to keep going as long as they can. Now, somebody that described the weather as we've just looked at it is Sam Goodchild.
Hello, a nice flat day in the Pacific. We're ripping along. Going pretty quick, but you can see behind us there's this black cloud. And behind that there's 25 knots, then 45 knots a bit later, so it's chasing us down. And the faster we go, the longer we stay in the flat water and the nice conditions, and if we slow down, we get hit by that. So I got to keep going, but fairly quickly we're going to have to take the big sail down and get the small one up. Until now, we'll enjoy it. Until then, we'll enjoy it.
So that elastic in the Southern Ocean is starting to work with the wind coming in behind and the slowdowns in between the systems. At the front, we've got our front three that are getting away, and we've got Johan Richon within 85 miles of the leader. And then we've got this group from fourth place, Thomas Ruon, right through to Clarisse in 13th, that are all closing the gap, riding that new low pressure in that's about to catch up with Sam Goodchild, as he described. Leading the Daggerboard fleet is still Jean Le Cam, coming down in that group from the north to the edge of the ice gate. And we've got Seb Marsset, who's in that group further south, alongside with Tanguy and Louis, who is hoping to get over the top of. Conrad Coleman's coming up behind him, and with our other international, Oliver here, is next to Kojiro Shirashi. We got Jinkon Shu coming in behind, and then Denny van Weinberg with the group that's at the beginning of the Southern Ocean. And then we've got Zabi with that news today about his rig. But one thing that is in sight, we heard Seb Simon there say that he was close to some land. Well, it's the Auckland Islands, and Johan Richon passed them just before the show.
Trop beau! L'île d'Auckland, magnifique.
It looks like a beautiful summer's day down there, and it's always quite strange to see land when you're in the depths of the Southern Ocean. But those islands are just to the southeast of New Zealand, if you go and have a look at the map. Sailing in 32nd position is our Japanese skipper, Kojiro Shirashi, and I had the chance to talk to him this morning and just see if he was happy to be racing after all his hard work when he had to repair his mainsail.
はい、それは嬉しかったですね。もう本当に直すときは大変な思いして直したんで、今やっとレースに戻れてね、とっても嬉しいですよ。
Yeah, of course. It took me lots of hard moments, hard time to repair. So be able to sail now and race now is really something I cherish.
Is it nice to have support for each other with your fellow competitors?
はい、それは仲間がいるってことはとても安心感もあるし楽しいですよね。他のスキッパーもそうだと思います。なぜかね、だいたい固まるんですよ、不思議なことに。だからそれがバンデグローブいいところかな。ライバルでもあるし仲間でもありますから。
Yeah, be able to sail close to other boats is always really a good feeling to have. Even if we're rivals, we're also friends at sea, and it's really good to be part of the Vendée Globe.
How would you describe the Indian Ocean compared to your last experience 4 years ago?
はい、なんか厳しく感じますよね。本当に定期的にいっぱい低気圧が来たので、すごくね厳しく感じます。ですが。これだけ北走ったの僕初めてなので結構暖かいのは助かります。
It's the first time I sail this north in the Indian Ocean. I feel there is lots of low pressures coming to me, but yeah, this is it. The ocean is hard, and it's hard to sail in this ocean.
Sail safe and sail fast. Thank you, Koji.
はい、ありがとう。Thank you very much. ありがとう。
Well, I want to thank Shota Kanda for the translation there, helping us communicate and get Koji's story out to the public. And it's a real indication of just how international the fleet are. We have 14 internationals. It's still dominated by France, and we can't break that French stronghold on the podium, but we're trying hard. And you've really noticed, Bruce, that there's a big difference in the fact that it's now more international, it's growing. But apart from Conrad Coleman, who's a Kiwi with a half American flag, we don't have an American entry this year. Rich Wilson kept us busy for a few years. Are we seeing any traction of this race in the US?
At all, but we definitely have the sailors. You can talk about Ronnie Simpson, and of course a recent great finisher who does a great job with the media stuff. I'm having a brain fart about her name.
Cole
But we have the sailors, so we just need to, yes, we need to get our sponsorship stuff. I think I've always said that if I had a corporate sponsor when I became the first American to officially finish, they would have been very pleased with the exposure we had. We had great exposure in there, and I think that it's great to see the support for PIP from Medallia, which is an American company. So I think it can happen, and hopefully in the next edition of the race, we'll get an American in there. But as you well know, if you don't start soon enough with the preparation, building the team, and the research for the boat and everything, then you're just a step behind the whole way. Time is just as important as money in this race, and it takes a lot of time to do that. And some of us have been at this for many, many years. It was great to see Koji. Koji and I were both in the 2002 Around Alone race, which was my first around the world race. And I remember at the first stop in Torbay, after leg one, I wound up writing a song about him. He was still out at sea. I wrote a song called "Where's Koji," and wound up performing on Andrew Pindar's boat, I think. But it was great to see him out there, still racing and gaining even more experience. And we've all been, he's been at it for a long time.
I love that connection. That was serendipitous. I didn't even plan that connection. And talking of writing a song, we have a really interesting photo that you shared with us, and I'm hoping we can get that, of you on your Vendée Globe with a guitar, because you are a guitar player, and it made me laugh if I think of all the weight-saving things that we do now, and there you were with your cuddly toys and your guitar.
Well, that was my crew at the time there. We had Rocky the Lobster from Maine, and we had Priscilla the Penguin from my emergency stopover in the Falkland Islands in the Around Alone. And then we had, the volleyball there. Someone gave me before. That volleyball went around the world 2.5 times.
Well, well-traveled Wilson was your friend, was it?
Yeah, that was my imaginary crew.
I love that. Well, Bruce, I really want to thank you for your time today and for sharing some of those memories and your connections. And we hope that Ocean Planet Energy is instrumental in helping the next American competitor in the Vendée Globe with an efficient energy system. Thank you for joining me today.
That would be great. Well, thank you so much for having me on the show, Dee. And it's great to watch this race still. And like you say, even after all these years, you get the bug and you sort of feel that itch to want to go again. But then I wake up and realize that was enough.
Well, you can maybe do it virtually through somebody else's campaign.
Absolutely.
Good to see you, Bruce. Thank you. Now, tomorrow is Monday. We're back to the start of the week, so we will have Will Harris with us, Malizia's co-skipper, and he'll be giving us his view on the race and what's been happening. And I just want to say that I will be saying goodbye, but I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. And I'm going to leave you with the beautiful evening view of the Indian Ocean from Denny van Weinberg.